In today's video, we are going to focus on invasive species. Invasive species are plants or animals that have a tendency to spread or take over an area because they face few natural limitations. They are often non-native and limit an ecosystem's ability to thrive. Invasive species crowd an area, destroy habitats, and use up food resources. For example, you can see here that garlic mustard has spread in this area, which means that there's no room or resources for other native plants to grow. The success of invasive species has a negative impact on the environment, human health, or society. Cedar Haven has to deal with invasive species as well. The three that we are going to focus on are buckthorn, reed canary grass, and the house sparrow.
Here you can see the plant buckthorn. This is an invasive species that heavily affects us here at Cedar Haven. Here you can see the map of the locations at Cedar Haven, which we are focusing on for the removal of buckthorn. Buckthorn has two species that are both invasive, one called common buckthorn and the other called glossy buckthorn, as its leaves have more of a sheen on them. Buckthorn is native to Eurasia and traveled over to North America in the 1880s, as it was planted as part of hedgerows to break wind. The reason that buckthorn is invasive is because it can grow in a variety of soil types and sun conditions. It also produces a lot of quick germinating seeds, which are eaten and spread by birds and other animals. Once these seeds are established, they grow quickly, shade out other plants, and are very difficult to remove. Now we're going to check in with Matt, the maintenance and groundskeeper at Arasha this summer. Part of his work involves removing invasive species, like buckthorn.
In order for us to remove buckthorn properly, I need to dig up the roots with this extractigator. This is what a typical day looks like for me. Here you can see I am removing buckthorn from one of the hedgerows on Cedar Haven's property. If the roots aren't removed, they will grow back next year with several shoots.
Reed canary grass is known to create dense monocultures here in southern Ontario. This grass impacts many species at risk, like the king rail by taking away prey availability, the false hopsedge, which gets outcompeted, and the blandings turtle, which loses open water habitat. All of these species are considered endangered in Ontario. To learn how we're improving their habitats here at Cedar Haven, we're going to talk to Alan, the conservation and restoration technician here this summer.
Summer, we started our conservation efforts to deal with the reed canary grass, mainly around the stream that runs throughout the property. Here, we have a plot of land which was originally densely packed with reed canary grass. We cut the grasses and plan on putting down a black tarp to kill the plants by trapping them with the sun's heat, a process called soil solarization. We'll introduce native grass, shrub, and wildflower species like Canada blue joint, staghorn sumac, and golden ragwort by cutting sections in the tarp. At another location, we'll simply cut the grass and solarize the area for a few years before beginning the replanting. This will let us see which method is better for controlling this invasive species.
The house sparrow is one of the world's most successful invasive species. It's native to Europe and parts of Asia, but was introduced to North America about 150 years ago. The house sparrow is a very adaptable bird. It eats seeds, grain, and insects like many other birds, but will also eat human scraps, fruits, and vegetables. This means you will often find it near humans. It also will build its home in any cavity it can find, sometimes a crevice in a building, a hole in a tree, or a nest box. The house sparrow is also very aggressive. It will drive native birds out of their habitats by killing them with its sharp beak, and then will build its own nest right on top of the native bird's nest. In cities, house sparrows will crowd bird feeders, not allowing other birds to have any food. This means the house sparrows have dramatically affected native bird populations.
There are many ways to help reduce the impact of invasive species. First, it's important to make sure we don't help invasive species to spread. We can help by washing off boats before and after using them, not taking firewood to different areas, staying on trails, and keeping pets on leashes when hiking. Additionally, you can help by volunteering at Cedar Haven to remove invasive species. We hope you enjoyed learning about invasive species in this video. Thanks for watching!